Good day, podcast community. Pete Kane here, Podcast Pete and lifestyle coach, coaching you to freedom. The three pillars of business freedom: generate leads, create cash flow, and build communities, specifically school communities. Let me lower this just a little bit so we can get down to some real basics. I'm going to invite you to join our freedom community where you can get for free $400 of my two most powerful best courses: High Performance Habits Mastery and Journaling for Personal Freedom. All right, let's get going. All right, so why do we say three pillars of business freedom? If you can't generate leads, you don't have a business, because without demand, you have nothing. So you got to focus on how do you create demand? Now, there's a formula, but I'm just going to give you the three basics, and I'm going to walk you through how we use podcasting to create demand. But that's just one of the ways we create demand. Everything is about supply and demand. It doesn't matter. If you got too much supply and no demand, you have a hobby, or you have a business that's about to go out of business. Create demand. Everything. Think about it. Think about demand. Those are leads. Leads are cash flow. Cash flow builds a thriving community. We do it in the school. So you can go right to this and join our freedom community for free and get $400 worth of two of my best courses: Personal Freedom Through Journaling and High Performance Habits, 12 sessions. You can get those for free. So let's get going, because I want you to understand the basics. Okay, hold on here. I think we can. Let me take this off. Okay, hold on here. Let me remove this. Now let me add a little bit of information so you can learn how to absolutely, let me make this a little bit bigger, the three-part influence funnel. People ask us all the time, why do you do a podcast? Well, there's a number of reasons, but it's the first way I get to know a person. I get to share their story with our community. And curiosity is absolutely the most incredible learning tool, because 30-minute podcast with a guest, I get to share your story and I learn. Not only am I learning, but I'm learning how to connect you to people in our community. So how many times would you love to have a half hour with somebody that you don't even know, but you can get in a conversation, a deep, meaningful conversation? And that's possible through a podcast. Now, we repurpose that podcast. We make another podcast. We create a presentation. We do all those things for our podcast guest. Then we invite them to join our freedom community, where they can learn and start the journey, because the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. And the first step is join a community where you can get $400 worth of value, two valuable courses to accelerate your learning, to accelerate your time, because freedom is not free. You have to work for it. We're going to talk about the 6 freedoms and why it's so important that you master these, that you lean into them, that you learn. But it starts with a podcast. So when I create a podcast, I also create an asset, a digital asset that people can get to know you, like you, and trust you. One podcast is not going to do it. I had a person say, yeah, I've been on a couple podcasts, haven't seen anything. That's like saying, I asked somebody to buy one time and they said no. Do you stop? Because if you really believe in what you have, you'll continue to pursue to see if there's interest. A lot of people don't understand. You have to be good at providing that pitch, providing that curiosity. Because when people are interested, they will lean into you. They will follow you. They will want to know more, because online, that's where the opportunity is. We always talk about the local sandbox. That's 140 people that know, like, and trust you. So you have local influence, but do you have global influence? If I searched you today, what would I find? Nothing? Maybe a LinkedIn profile, maybe your website. That's not enough. Search me, Pete Kane, put the word podcast. They call me Podcast Pete. So you can put that in there. You'll find 5 pages of Google. 5, not 1, but 5. That allows people to get to know, like, and trust me. Now, they can decide whether they want to trust me, but they'll have the information to go on that journey, to see if what I am talking about, if what I am helping them with, that transformation from a local, people know you locally, you have that trust, but when they search you, you're nowhere to be found. Not enough information to continue the journey. That's what we do here. We help them continue the journey with them, because the global sandbox is a global demand opportunity. Because in what we do, we are helping people get interested by providing the information. Because if people can't go on a 7-Eleven 4, which is consume 7 hours of you, make 11 buying signals, and see you on 4 different platforms, the transformation doesn't happen. And that's where my friend that said I was on a couple podcasts, he doesn't understand the strategy. Being on a couple podcasts is not what you need to do. Host them if you really want to get the impact. Invite people to be on your podcast. Create a digital asset. Build curiosity. Build a relationship. When you do that, you're stronger. That's why when we started this journey 3.5 years ago, a lot of people that did them 3 years ago have no idea what I'm doing. No idea. No earthly idea. They just came on, had a good time, and did a podcast. But I created an asset. I learned about them. I can now connect them better because we're all in a freedom community with school. So when you're in there together, it's easier for me to connect you. Hey, Pete, meet Bob. Bob, meet Sally. Sally, meet Sue. And that can be done all in the community because everybody has a common interest. Freedom. Time freedom, health freedom, location freedom, travel freedom, creative freedom, and wealth freedom. All these freedoms are possible because together we're better. So when you look at the platform, podcasting is just creating a digital asset, building rapport with people, learning about the person so you can better connect the person with others. There's no such thing as solo entrepreneur. No such thing. You hear it. Anybody that achieves anything, they didn't do it alone. They did it with a team. Doesn't matter what you are. People say, I did it without no employees. Yes, you did it with no employees, but you did it leveraging platforms. You did it by having a strategy. So having a strategy, it's different today because the world went global overnight. Now the opportunity is the world. So instead of playing in a sandbox with 140 people, you're playing in a sandbox with millions, even billions. And that demand for you, because people are going to look you up. And if you don't give them a reason to continue the journey, it stops. So look at podcasting as one way of creating the content, building a relationship, sharing a story. And when you plant seeds out there, seeds grow. So there's more to it, but that's the basics. Then the multiplier is the community, the school community. That's where I can connect you. That's where I can feed you every day if needed. You have an opportunity to ask questions. You can learn from other people. You can connect with other people. That's why we're saying go to the upper corner there and join the community. You get $400 worth of 2 of my best courses, Personal Journey Freedom and High Performance Habits Mastery by Brendon Burchard. He wrote the book High Performance Habits. He certified me as a high performance coach. I'm part of Growth Day. So I learn from him every single day. I learn from a community of people who are making personal growth a daily thing. Would you only take a shower once a month? No, because people would stay away from you. You'd be stinky. But a lot of people only do personal growth once a month. They only read a book. They only listen to a podcast once a month. Our personal growth is daily. Every single day we do the 5 to Thrive, helping us improve our skills. Because when you look at your skills, you raise your agency. Anything. If you're not ready, the market will tell you. So you got to always improve your skills and be intentional about it. The engine to ours is the courses. You have 9 courses in our Freedom Builder community. When you're ready to invest in yourself, you get 9 courses, $1,500 worth of value. You get personal care. I coach you. I help you create your content strategy, all done to helping you become a key person of influence, helping you to leverage your time, your resources, and to be able to go on that journey to have those 6 freedoms that are possible. All right, let's go to the next one. The 3 pillars of business freedom. Have to generate leads, have to create demand. Without leads, you have nothing. You have a hobby. And if that's what you want, great. But don't fool yourself to think that got to have a good website, got to have a good this and that, and you spend all this money on the supply side of your business without any demand, without generating any leads. Always before you start doing anything, pitch it to 3 or 4 or 5 people. If they're willing to give you money, you have a valid idea because you're solving a problem. You have to get into the mindset of, what problem am I solving? What unique thing do I bring to the market that solves a valuable problem? The bigger your problem you solve, let's take Elon Musk, solving automation, robotics, what do you call it? Skylink, so connecting the world, having energy centers in outer space, all these kind of crazy things. He's solving big problems. That's why he's the world's richest person, because he's solving big problems. Do you have to solve the biggest problems in the world? No, but you got to solve problems. So with us, we help people that might be local influencers to think globally. Go from 140 people in demand that you have influence with and you that know, like, and trust you. And now play in the sandbox, the global sandbox of millions, billions that could be interested in you. Because when you create content like we do, and we help you, and we coach you, and we put you in a thriving community, a school community of freedom builders, then you're on your road to freedom, because freedom is possible. It takes effort. It takes strategy. It takes knowing what you want, clarity. If you're not clear about your future, any distraction will get you there. Any distraction. We talk about the busy bus. If you're on the busy bus, distracted every day, checking your emails when you first get up, you're not going to be on the purpose plane. The purpose plane is quiet. It's focused. It's going to one destination. A bus, may stop at 100 destinations before it gets to your end destination. So it's noisy and it's going in a lot of different areas. So join us on the purpose plane. Join us in our community. See what's possible. Work on your 6 freedoms. Work on yourself. Your business won't grow beyond your growth. So that's why we use Growth Day, personal growth, to fuel, to work on ourselves. When we grow, our business will grow. Create cash flow in school communities. Redefine success. So you have 6 freedoms. This is what we work on. But it's not just wealth, it's just one piece of the puzzle. You have true mastery unlocks a holistic lifestyle. That's why I'm a lifestyle coach, helping you work on creative freedoms. Are you creating? Are you doing something you were born to create? Are you consuming other people's lives? We talk about 4 hours of TV and 2.5 hours of scrolling. That's 6.5 hours of consumption of other people's lives. What about creating your life? What about investing in yourself? What about finding your superpower and creating that? Like my friend Christy, who creates classes, creates experience of people to find that creative within the senior community. Because we die 2 years after we retire if we do not keep connecting, keep growing, and have a meaningful purpose. That gives us the aliveness that's possible. But if we just sit around, watch TV, and scroll social media, it's not too long before we'll just start going downhill. And then life's over. And that is the reality of it. Instead of creating your life, creating what you were born to do. We're born to create, but we got to lean into it. We got to learn. We've got to learn how to create ourselves. Okay, location freedom. I can do business anywhere in the world. My business is set up that way. I have my teams in the Philippines, Rolando and Trexa, an unbelievable couple who are working on their freedoms. Everybody's working on their freedoms. Everybody's supporting it. But they're AI trained, and they know the system that we've created to support you. So work from anywhere. That's a pretty cool freedom. Be in a cafe in Paris. Be in the Caribbean. Wherever you want. You can achieve that location freedom. Time freedom. I have a system, and it took me 50 years to develop, but I really leaned into it the last 3. I worked 3 days in one, 3 5-hour days. I have a system. I wake up, I hydrate. I think. I journal. I read. I plan, and I implement. So every single day I'm doing the same thing. When I wind down in the evening now, I read. I don't scroll my social media. I don't even do social media. I've cut that out to repair my brain. After a stroke, I had to rewire my brain. So I gave up alcohol. I gave up social. I gave up sugar. I gave up things that I knew would take that freedom away. And so the time freedom, I have plenty of energy. I get up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. I go till I go to bed at 8. And when my head hits a pillow after I finish reading, I sleep like a baby. I dream like I've never dreamt in my life because I journal. My default is to journal, not to check my social media, not to watch TV, not to have other people's priorities. I'm creating one life. And you create your life, energy starts to flow like you've never seen it. So the time energy, 3 days in one, 3 5-hour days. I get 21 days. Most people get 7. Health freedom. I'm at the gym 6 days a week. That other day, 5 to 6. Occasionally I'll miss. Occasionally. I don't beat myself up, but I'm in a rhythm. On Wednesday, I'm at the OT PT for 2 hours at PT Solutions. Wonderful. They're working on things I can't work on in the gym. But I had a 7 o'clock meeting with some guys. 8:30, I was at the gym, did my routine, back, created some content for the day, further planned it, did my coaching at 10. Now I'm creating content at 11. I have a set schedule. But it gives me freedom. If my daughter calls me and says, hey, would you pick up the girls? I always block off on Tuesdays and Thursdays that window, that 2 hours. If I'm needed, I can go do it. If I'm not, I'll create content. I'll make some phone calls. I'll create my day. I'll even do more things, but I allow that space in my schedule that me up to be worked in if needed. So health, freedom, important. If you don't have your health, all the others don't mean anything. Try neglecting your health, and then when something happens, the others don't mean anything. So you got to focus on that most valuable asset, your health, your body. Put the reps in. You got to have that vision, that clarity of where you want to go with your health. If you don't, distractions will get you off course. And when distractions get you off course, you eat a bag of potato chips or whatever you're doing. If that doesn't honor your health and your energy, you've got to eliminate those. And when you eliminate those and you lean into your health, it gives you the freedom that's possible. And Crystal Duke is my friend. She's a health and fitness coach, and she's devoted her life to helping people in that area. And travel freedom, my model is Jerry Boaz and his wife, Mary Jane. And they travel. They travel with the mindset of chasing history. They don't just go to a location just to see it. They go for a specific interest. They want to see what happened in that spot. So it takes the freedom to another level. And they can. He works hard and then he travels. That's possible with our 6 freedoms. So location and travel. Work from anywhere, digital first, and building those as allow your office to be anywhere you are. Travel, explore without restrictions, the ability to move without losing momentum. Freedom of time and health. Time creates more opportunities for you to focus on your health. Because if you're not aware, if you're checking your emails first thing and then you're jumping into other people's problems and priorities, you're neglecting you. Neglect you over time will start to wear on you. Will start to wear you down, because if you're not investing in yourself and you don't have that time freedom to get to the gym, to walk, to exercise, to make your body and health a priority, when it tells you, sometimes it's too late. It almost was too late for me 4 years ago. My schedule didn't promote good health. I had a digital marketing agency. It probably gave me a stroke. It's a business I never want to go back to. I understand it, but I'm not doing it. Now I'm doing lifestyle. I'm investing in myself. I'm working on the 6 freedoms and the habit of gratitude through my journaling. I journal every day. I've done 17 journals, 17. Before my stroke, I probably didn't even complete one. But journaling gives me that freedom of expression, that freedom of thought, that clarity that's possible when you get your thoughts out on paper. And you can get that by go to the QR code or go to pkane.me/school, SKOOL. Join our community. Get those $400 worth of high performance habits, mastery, and the freedom of journaling. Okay. Inside our Freedom Builder community, we have 9 programs to support you. 9. not one. It's a $1,500 value. You can join our community for $97 a month at this time. And you can be around other people on that same journey. We do sprints every 30 days. We help you work on whatever freedom you want to work on. And we lean into it and we do it intentionally. You're going to have high performance habits mastery. You're going to have journaling for personal freedom, podcasting academy, productivity mastery, key strategic partners. Because when we invite people on our podcast, it's not just anybody, it's people that you want to establish a relationship with. Because if you put the right people on your podcast, that's where the magic happens. And we teach you how to do that. Level up your peer group. You don't want to be at the end of your life and have 2 friends. You want to have more than that. You got to level up. You got to have a strategy like Brendon Burchard has. I make phone calls every single day. I look to level up every single day because, as Tony Robbins once said, the quality of your life is the quality of your relationships. So if you haven't put that time in your relationships, maybe it's time to lean into that, to be able to learn how to build those relationships. And that course is in there. The Mindset, Goals, and Habits and the 10 Steps to Scale is in there too. All these are available. We lay them out in a systematic way so you can learn and grow and be the best you can be, because you're growing personally. And when you grow personally, your business will grow. The Path to Mastery, first phase, internal foundation, high performance habits, mindset. And those are possible in the Freedom community. Go to the QR code right there, scan it, and you get access to the courses. The second is the growth engine, because part of that, we got to grow you. By you growing, your business will grow. Then we work on the scaling and the community part of that mastery. Rise and shine. Gratitude rewires your joy. Vision activates your destiny. Strategy amplifies your voice. Rise tomorrow, not one stumbling into darkness, but as one who knows the sacred rhythm of dawn. Do it again the next day and the next until habit becomes character and character becomes destiny. As Isaiah 60, verse 1, arise, shine, for your light has come. So, go ahead. Let me go back here. Hold on here, Nelly. Okay, let me get this. Hold on here. Well, let me see where I'm going to take it up here. Okay, so join our school community right here. Just go to the QR code right up there, or I'm going to make it easy. If you don't have a way of QR code, maybe you have a way of going to petekane.me/school, SKOOL. Join that. Our Growth Day community, which I do every single day and done for 2 years, that's the fuel to our rocket, the engine. You got to get that engine going. You got to work on yourself and make it a daily thing. Take a shower in personal growth. Improve your skills. We do the 5 to Thrive, where Brendon coaches us. And like today, Ed Milet teaches us once a week. Then other coaches, other trainers who are best at what they do are there, surrounded in the library of learning. I score myself. I journal every day. These are the activities that I create to give me the engine to my rocket. So join that, and let me see. Join our school community. Right there. Join. We want to help you on the journey to freedom, time, wealth, location, creative, health, and travel. Those freedoms are possible, and they're freedom because the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. Let me think. Yeah, I think yes, I do. Okay. I'm just sidetracked there. So be bold, make an impact.